Hello, this is a very quick presentation that I've put together on a subject that interests me and on a book that I've recently read. So the presentation was put together in about 10 minutes and I wanted to put my thoughts down. And following Tim Harford's general principle that sometimes you have to just get ideas out there, I thought I would. So, thinking. I think in the modern world, given the number of very critical and important problems that we have and we need to solve, the process of thinking is very important and how different individuals think. As you meet people from different backgrounds and different educational backgrounds, you become aware that people from certain subjects, certain educational backgrounds think a certain way. Not everybody. Some people can be both left and right brained, using the simple concept that different parts of your brain allow you to think different ways. But a lot of individuals struggle. We've all met somebody that does relatively manual job who's extremely quick-witted, or somebody very educated that seems to be a little bit slower, somebody mathematical that struggles to see the big picture. Not everybody, but there's always individuals. Tim Harford has, one of Britain's most interesting writers, has written a book called Messy. And the overriding concept is we try and tidy the world, and there's unforeseen circumstances. And that creativity comes to a certain extent from a little bit of messiness. Um, I'm starting at the back of the book in a way and moving forward. So he talks about the German forest. They made it tidy and ordered so that the wood could be easily chopped down. They and to begin with, the productivity in the forest was quite significant. But then they found it was easier to chop down, but it was also easier for pests to attack, and they had to make the forest a bit messier. Things evolve in a certain way, and in tidying them, there's sometimes unforeseen circumstances. Microbes and antibiotics is another example. Antibiotics kill important microbes that exist in the gut. This can have unintended consequences. Whoops. He discusses mistakes from algorithms. One of the Airbus planes has reduced fatalities, and it effectively flies the plane. It's monitored by humans. When the French Airbus crashed off Brazil, the problem was the pilots just weren't used to flying it, and the plane gave control to the humans, and they made a couple of fairly fatal mistakes. They didn't know what to do. There was the example of the driver in Bradford who he got a fine, and it was claimed that he was parked in a bay that he shouldn't. When it turned out he was in traffic, algorithms make mistakes. The world's messy, to a certain extent. We need to accept it. So a couple of key concepts. Creativity comes to a certain extent from a little bit of messiness. We need to be careful how much order we put on this world. We do need to order it. It's allowed us to progress. And I think, personally, we should be a little bit less arrogant and accept the limitations of our algorithms, limitations of our understandings, and also a bit of humility. We should realise that structuring our brains one particular way may limit our thinking process in another.